God, I just had one of those moments. Like, have you ever woke up and then you remember halfway through the day, like, oh, I had horrific nightmares. I forgot all about them. And then I saw the refrigerator and it reminded me or something like that. It's like that fucking, it's that horrific movie where the dude at the end realized, oh, I was the serial killer? It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I was like, hey, I called Eddie Murphy because he and I were friends apparently. I went to his like boat yacht and or his boathouse, which is I guess a yacht. And then we just sat around and I talked to him about how I was hallucinating and stuff. And then I ran through the hallways of my old middle school and then confided in an old teacher who didn't exist, but in my mind she was a teacher. And then we hugged. And that was actually all I remember now. Anyway, so it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I just woke up and it's like 10 in the morning. Man. So we played some Sea of Thieves last night, me, Bobby, and Connor. And we had a drinking game going where for every ship we sink, I was going to take a shot of vodka. And we sunk one ship, but I was nervous about pirating, so, I had like 4 or 5 shots before we started. So that was fun times. I only ran into an island one time, a giant island, like huge island, and I thought we were all clear. So I didn't get to drive for a little bit, but I'm fucking terrible at shooting cannonballs, so it didn't last long. Anyway, 1 second. Oh God. Yeah, smooth. Oh, real smooth. McCormick vodka. No, it's called Taka. Taaka. It's Russian vodka, I think. I don't know where it's actually made. Let me actually read the label, because yeah, product of Frankfort, Kentucky. I thought it was Russian vodka because the label looks like Russian vodka. It's like, remember when you played Tetris on the NES and you'd beat the castle near the end and it has all the swirly looking things that look like bishop chess pieces on top? I don't remember what those were called. I don't claim to be educated about anything, so don't be surprised if you hear me say very ignorant things. It's all in good fun, Yeah, I don't mean any of it. Let me move this thing closer to my face a little bit. God, so loud. Oh, I gotta do something about that. I can't be setting coffee down and spiking the mics. Anyway, oh man, okay, I'm definitely awake now. Woo. So I watched this. Anybody who hasn't seen the video, it's I forget the comedian's name. His name is Vic, but he's the guy. If you've ever seen the video where the guy's going, "Hey, anybody want coffee?" and he's just yelling that like over and over and over, and he's like, "I got creamer, I got Italian, I got hazelnut, I got your sister's ass," and all that shit. It's hilarious. But then I saw like a part 2 that he made where he's like in a 7-Eleven or something. He's in a corner store. And he's in front of all the fucking coffee makers, and it starts with him like holding the giant thing of the, what do you call it, the coffee filter. And he just turns around and goes, "Hey, who wants coffee?" He starts going, "Who wants coffee?" And then, some people are laughing and shit, but the guy that works there just runs up and is like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on, dude? Why are you fucking yelling? I can't have you in here fucking yelling. You gotta be good. Get the fuck out of here." And the whole time, he just slowly walks towards the door with the coffee thing in his hand, and then the video ends with him outside for like 30 seconds, just like yelling at traffic, going, "Hey, who wants coffee?" And the guy's like trying to walk up behind him and grab this shit out of his hand. It was funny. I highly encourage anybody to watch that who hasn't seen it already. I'm actually gonna look it up right now. I have this really annoying cat that I live with. In case you're wondering, for some reason when I started the video, I unplugged my headphones and that stopped recording. So I didn't realize for 5 minutes that the recording had stopped. which is a shame because it was some really good stuff. I'll tell the story about the cookies real quick because that was worth telling. Anyway, the video is "Who Wants Coffee" by Vic Dibitetto. I live in Anemone. I started my new job at this grocery store, and it's like a high-end grocery store, you know. I say high-end, but it's just like they have a lot of organic shit and, you know, non-GMO, and these cookies, like, won't kill you as fast. So anyway, I was looking at this end cap, and I saw this, like, big black bag, and it was like a 2-pound bag of organic chicken cookies, and the packaging was really cool. I was like, what the fuck, chicken cookies? Like, I'd never heard of chicken cookies before, so I was like, I'm gonna try these. So I was like, I just stopped what I was doing in the middle of it, and I grabbed it, and I was walking up to the counter, and I was like looking at the fucking thing, reading the ingredients, and I was like, this actually might be pretty good. And I got like almost all the way to the, you know, front counter thing, and I realized like in the corners, these are for dogs. Like there's a picture of a little dog. I just like stopped, turned around, went and put it back. But honestly, I don't know. I'm just glad I saw it before I ate it, because they would have just thought I had a dog if they saw me buy it. But I mean, I've had dog treats before. I've had like 2, I think. I had one that I ate on accident at a friend's house when I lived in Houston, and I thought it was like people treats, and I think I cried, you know, because I was young. I was like 13. I don't know. And then the other time, I lived with my buddy Dalton, and I was like 22, and you know, we had a few drinks, and then just decided, why don't we eat these dog treats, because we actually had dogs at the time. And so we like each grabbed a little stick and shears them together, you know, and I think I have a audio recording of it, but the audio recording is all just us going like, "Yes, well, was that terrible?" So that was kind of pointless. But anyway, man, it's really nice weather out. I can't believe it. It went from being 95 degrees to being 65 in like 2 days, which is fucking strange. Also, what age do you think it is when you stop going to your friend's house and saying, can you come out and play, to, hey, you want to hang out? Because I think I was like 13, right when I was like teenager, because you always hear teenagers. And I was like, oh, there's supposed to be some kind of shift I make into being a cool dude or some shit like that. So I went from saying, hey, come over and play, to, you guys want to hang out? And then eventually the lingo took over and it became, you guys want to chill? And then eventually it was... All right. So emails. The first email I got was from a guy... Either his name is Segrist or he misspelled Chris and put a G instead of an H. And he's just said he's from Alabama, and he wanted to know what is my favorite zombies montage moment. And I wish I hadn't read this beforehand, because then I'd be able to just go with the first one off the top of my head. But I think... I don't know why, but I really liked the part, I forget which one it was in, but when Riri just kept saying arsonist, and I had to put all the stupid arsonist words on the screen, and they were upside down, and he's like, you can flip it around, put it upside down, and he's like, subtitle that shit. Like, I don't know why, I just thought that was really funny. That, and when he, what's his face? The part where he says giraffe. He had mentioned something about where he lived. I think like what school he went to. And it was about dodgeball. I remember being like the Wapiti town dodgeball tournament or something like that. And everyone was like, dude, don't say where you live. Like, rule number 1 on the internet, never say where you live, you know? You remember when you got on the internet first, and it was like all your parents, for any of you old enough, like me, I'm 26 right now, but all my parents was like, you don't use your real name, you know, you don't tell them where you live, nothing, because we didn't know what the hell the internet was, dude. And then one day I remember my sister had signed up for something on the internet where it was like they sent her a Herbal Essences VHS tape in the mail. This is like, I don't even know why they still have VHS tapes, because the internet was around. But anyway, and she used a fake name. It was Christy Fuller, I remember. And we got like a letter we got that package in the mail. My parents were like, yo, did you guys know what this is about? And Dylan was like, oh yeah, that was me. I used, the fake name and everything because I didn't know if they were gonna send us anything. But I was like freaking. I was like, oh shit, dude, they know where we live. Like, it was the first time you realize like, oh, there's other people on the internet too. Like you kind of knew there was, but then it was like, oh damn. So I was like super careful on the internet, which is why I think for so long I went by a Nocturnal War and I never even said like my name is Richard. Yeah, like hey, my name's Richard. For those of you that didn't know. I live in Louisville, Texas. It's a little easier to say those kind of things now just because everybody does. So everybody's used to it. But you got to be careful because there's still crazy people. Not that I mean, I'm kind of crazy. Not in that way, but I think crazy attracts crazy. So we might attract a crazy guy who's crazy enough. Who doesn't think he's crazy, but is crazy enough to like try and figure out where some of us live and shit. Yeah, so that being said, I keep it vague. Relatively vague. My name's Richard. I'm a Pisces. My social security number is 6. For what it's worth, no, I'm not gonna start rattling off personal things. My name's Richard. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Richard. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, question number 2 was I have to pull these up because I forgot them. And by the way, I'm not reading email addresses. I'm not even going to read your names or anything unless it's in the email. Like these people put in the end of it, he said, what was your favorite zombies montage moment? Love, Chris. He didn't say love. I think he said, sincerely or something like that. Or Seagrass. Sorry, if your name's really Seagrass, then I get it, dude. But yeah, I think you just misspelled your own name, which is sad. So anyway, second email comes from Walter in Pennsylvania. Shout out Pennsylvania, dude. And he wants to know what my favorite color is. For years, it's been black. Black. You can't go wrong with black. I'm liking red a lot now, but black is, black don't crack, dude. Straight up. Like, that's kind of all there is to it. I don't know. I really liked heavy metal. I still like heavy metal. I don't know why I say I used to, but I still do too. I like death metal and stuff since I was like 14. So black is, it sucks in Texas in the summer. Almost all the shirts I have are black and like almost solid black. So going outside as somebody who likes death metal is difficult. And with someone who doesn't do well in heat and I don't like sweating all that much. So, it ain't easy being a fan of metal. But anyway. And then the last question is I'm going to say this name. I have to find it. I just accidentally switched. Crap, hold on. Oh my God, I'm going to pause the podcast. Hold on, because I accidentally. Okay. Through the magic of podcasting, I spent 5 minutes trying to get back in this email. I had to reset my router, but anyway, you didn't hear any of it because there's a pause button. So it turns out this lady. Her name was Sarah. She didn't tell me where she's from, but she wanted to know why did you stop making videos for such a long time and then come back. And this is going back to, honestly, like, my timelines blur together. That's a really good question because I bet a lot of people were wondering that. I know a lot of people were wondering that, and they probably still are. So the first time, I don't have a super good reason other than we weren't enjoying it as much, and I think like the last zombies montage we made, it wasn't like the way it started was we were just playing and I just started recording. For the first, all of them pretty much. I think it was the last one where we were like, we have to make a new video because it's been a while, and we weren't really playing as much anymore. At least that game, I don't think. And so it felt kind of forced, and it felt like we had to get some Nixon stuff in there, and it wasn't just natural anymore. And I really didn't like that part about it because it felt really fake to me. Even though it really wasn't too fake. I wasn't like, Bobby, say this, or you run over here or anything. It was just like, we all kind of knew we were on camera in that way. And it felt a little cheesy. It, almost felt like everybody was hamming it up just a little bit. Not that it was bad, but I don't think anyone else had a problem with it other than me. And I felt like a huge phony. And and I think I was just starting to get a job for the first time. And, as I was a growing boy. But I was like 18 or 19 when we were doing those. I mean, shit, now I'm 26. Like, dude, it's been some years, y'all. Those of you who stuck around, like, you can't see right now, but I'm saluting the shit out of you as best I can. I can't thank you enough. It was actually one of the funner things I've ever done in my life was this YouTube channel. And I think, so another little bit part would be, like, I kind of ran out of ideas for videos. I also didn't have any money, so I couldn't, like, buy new games for us to play together. So it was like, okay, we can keep making zombies montage videos, or we can, keep making the same kind of videos we have been. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of new ideas at the time. And then, so, like, I was doing, like, the Music Monday. Like, I wanted to make videos and stuff. Like, I like the idea of doing the channel. So I started doing, like, the Music Mondays thing, and I did, like, 4 or 5 of those. And, I don't know. It felt like I was having to come up with shit instead of just the attitude I have now, which is the attitude I had originally, which is I'm going to put something up when I feel like it's ready to go up. Like, when I'm happy with it, completely happy with it, and it's done. And so, that being said, like, right now, I think I've got one video. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to say I have a video, at least one video, like, in the hopper. I don't know how many times I've said that, but it's still in the hopper. It's still there. I'm not done editing it. I'm not done adding to it. And at this point, me and Bobby have PlayStations and Xboxes now, so we can play a lot of games together. It's also, I've had 4 or 5 years of me having jobs, so I've had money to buy games, so there's really no shortage of, stuff to do. The only problem I have with Xbox, playing on Xbox, is we don't have... what I'm going to have to do is get us all on Discord, because on Xbox, you can't record your voice. On PlayStation, you can, which is, that's one of the bonuses for PlayStation. Not that I'm trying to start a console war, but... So, just, right now, like, on Xbox, I don't have a way to record everybody's voices. So we'd have to be playing and then do like we did a couple times and be in Skype or Discord, which isn't that big of a feat, actually. So I think maybe tonight we might actually get together and do something. Like, we've been playing a lot. Sea of Thieves is a great one for this kind of stuff. That game just... We could probably make 19 different videos just of us playing Sea of Thieves, and I'm gonna write that down. I'm pretending like I'm writing it down, but I'm just making a mental note. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of against, like, series. I don't know how I feel about, here's, like, me doing a playthrough of a story game or something like that. Like, although The Walking Dead would be a pretty good one. So, I don't know. It's kind of like a serialized story kind of thing of, like, just a playthrough of a game versus the funtage montage kind of thing that we've always done. Those were kind of, I feel like people like those way better than, like, the ones of me playing through Amnesia, they were all right, but it was me by myself, and I don't know. I'm the opposite of a narcissist. What's that? It's not a masochist. I don't hate myself, but I just don't like attention. That's not true. Okay. That's not true at all, because I have a fucking YouTube channel. I don't know. I like attention, but I guess I don't like to act like I like attention. I don't like to be the only one, I guess. I don't like to be the center of attention. I like to be, like... I'd like to be, like, the Beatles, instead of, like, Paul McCartney. I don't want to be the only one, because that way if we fuck up, there's other people I can blame. I don't know. I can be like, yeah, that was so-and-so's fault. It wasn't me. I don't know. Fuck, I wasn't there. So, I mean, a lot of it's just been trying to get the stars to align in the right way. And because I was thinking, like, if you think about, like, Half-Life 3, I don't know if I mentioned this in the other episode, or the first one, but, like, Half-Life 3, right? Like, it's been so damn long since that game is so anticipated. I'm not saying fucking we're anywhere as close to what Half-Life 3 would be. But, it's been so long and everyone has such high expectations. Like, I think it would be impossible to actually hit the expectations. And for a long time, I thought I'd be able to with whatever video we put out. But at this point, it's like, well, probably, yeah, for the people who are going to be like, yeah, I waited, 4 or 5 years for this bullshit. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some people like that. But I think in my mind, it was now my thinking is just like, well, an okay video is better than no video, you know? It's not like sex where, you know, bad sex is worse than no sex. It's like, yeah, you'd rather have something that was pretty damn good rather than like amazing and worth the wait and all that shit. You'd rather have that than nothing. So, yeah. At this point, I'm like, yeah, let's get back to making shit again. So I'm still doing logistical stuff of like, yeah, we got to get everybody together and figure out how we can record voices, which I just discussed on here. Excuse me, that was rude. And so I think it's, oh god, it's being so rude. Sorry, it's grody. So that's what we're gonna do. We're getting back to the roots, baby. You know, we're getting back to. We're making the best music we've ever made. So I feel like I'm breathing heavily. I don't know. Maybe I'm not used to talking this much, like by myself in a row. Usually, when you have a conversation with someone, you say something and they respond, and you pause. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I'm not gonna try and do like an hour one. My first try. I think it's been like 20 minutes. Plus, this is probably gonna be a little jumbled up because it stopped recording, and I had to pause it for the email. So, but you know, hey, it's my first episode. You know, like, go fuck yourself. So that's gonna be it for this one. Remember, email me about whatever you want, and email me. You can ask me questions that I will ask to, you know, anybody. I'll ask to Bobby or, you know, Riri or T-Mart. I'll ask anybody. It doesn't have to be just to me. So, all right, take care, folks. That's it for this one. I don't know. I got to come up with like a cool catchphrase for ending this thing. Let's go with later.